Mrs. Elena Martinez adjusted her glasses and looked around the bright, book-filled classroom. It was her 5th year teaching 1st grade at Riverside Elementary, but today felt different. Today, she was starting something new, something that had kept her awake with anticipation the night before. "All right, my little scholars," she said, clapping her hands gently. "Today we're going to do something special. We're going to create reading circles." 23 pairs of eyes stared back at her with varying degrees of interest. Some children bounced in their seats. Others picked at their shoelaces. But one child, a quiet girl named Maya who sat in the back corner, looked up with sudden attention. Maya was new to Riverside Elementary. Her family had moved to town just 6 weeks ago, and she hadn't made any friends yet. During recess, she usually sat under the oak tree, drawing pictures in the dirt with a stick. Mrs. Martinez had noticed. Teachers always noticed the quiet ones. "A reading circle," Mrs. Martinez continued, "is where we share books together. But here's the special part. You won't just be reading with me. You'll be reading with each other." She explained the concept. Students would be paired together, and each pair would pick a book to share. They'd take turns reading pages aloud, discuss the pictures, and talk about the story. At the end of the week, each pair would present their book to the class. The room erupted into chatter. Children immediately started pointing at their best friends, already forming pairs in their minds. Mrs. Martinez smiled and held up her hand. "Now, here's the thing," she said. "I'll be choosing the pairs. And I'm going to mix things up a bit." A collective groan rose from the students, but Mrs. Martinez just smiled knowingly. She'd been teaching long enough to know that magic often happened outside comfort zones. She began reading names from her list. Jacob and Sophie, Marcus and Lily, Emma and Noah. With each pairing, children shuffled their seats, some eagerly, some reluctantly. Then she came to a name that made Maya's stomach tighten. Maya and Chase. Maya looked across the room at Chase, a boy with perpetually messy hair and untied shoelaces who was known for 2 things: being the fastest runner in 1st grade and talking constantly. He was currently making airplane noises and zooming a pencil through the air. Chase looked over at Maya and shrugged. She looked down at her desk. This was going to be terrible. The next morning, reading circle time arrived. Mrs. Martinez had set up cozy corners around the classroom with cushions, bean bags, and small lamps that gave off warm, golden light. She'd brought in her personal collection of picture books, everything from tales of talking animals to stories about children from around the world. "Remember," she said, "choosing your book as part of the adventure. Pick something that speaks to both of you." Maya and Chase found themselves standing in front of a bookshelf, not looking at each other. Chase immediately grabbed a book about race cars. "This one," he announced. Maya shook her head. "I don't like cars." "Well, I don't like." Chase looked at the book Maya was holding, whatever that is. Maya looked down at her choice. A story about a girl who befriended a lost bird. She hugged it to her chest. Mrs. Martinez appeared beside them, crouching down to their eye level. "Seems like you've got a puzzle to solve," she said gently. "Maybe look for something together. Something neither of you has read before."